Hello everyone, once again, welcome back to the channel, and I believe this is Robinhood Portfolio episode 23, and today the portfolio has spiked it up $91, and in the after hours the portfolio is up about $9, close to $10. So we're going to talk about it all, guys. We're going to talk about the market in general, how I feel about the market, and what have I been up to. The markets are still looking quite bullish. I think that everything is still sort of trending up. The tech stocks have been trying to come back up after a brief cool-off period. There was a brief period, maybe for about a week or so, then when all the tech stocks started dropping down and everybody started to just think about rotating some money out of those tech stocks and putting them into other stocks. But we're seeing money flowing back here. I've been looking at Alibaba. I've been looking at Amazon, Apple, all the FANG stocks, all the semiconductor stocks. They're starting to go back up. Micron Technology is starting to go back up, and those kinds of stocks have been hit the hardest these past few weeks. The semiconductor stocks have not been looking very good. And it's really funny because Micron Technology is probably a very popular stock. It's a very low. It's a stock that has a low PE ratio, and they're starting to trend back up after quite a significant dip here, as you can see, almost down 16%. This past month, and then the last 3 months down 25%. So it really has trended into a bear market here, and with that low PE ratio, it might be a good time to buy this and really just ride this thing back on up. Right now, the buy rating, Robinhood has updated their platform, and it gives these little analysis ratings now where I don't know who's really doing like the analysis ratings, like who initiates a buy percentage, hold percentage, or a sales percentage. But I do agree that this is a good buy, and at least right now. And this Micron Technology can very well go back up to around that $55 mark. So right now, I'm going to just talk about my portfolio, though. Like I said, the markets are still going up, and we are still hitting. We're sitting on all time highs. But this is what my portfolio looks like. There have been no changes with this portfolio. Something quick that I really quickly want to talk about here is 3M. 3M has recently spiked down. There was a large gap or a large drop that happened yesterday, and it had something to do with the production of raw materials and how that would factor into the stock come next earnings. And I think one of the CEOs or the CEO during that conference said something about it negatively affecting earnings for as much as about a 10%. Not 10%, but maybe like 10 cents off earnings, and that really freaked out a lot of investors. Again, anytime when you hear news like that, a lot of people will start trading off emotions, and the stock is going to tank. So I don't know if that's a significant buying point, but I think that 3M is a pretty good buy under $200, and if you can buy many shares of 3M, like I said, I just really recently collected their dividend. They paid a dividend out yesterday. As you can see, I think the bears are starting to take over this stock, but you can see that I have been doing calls with this stock, and I have actually been losing money with those calls. So not a good strategy that I would recommend. I really don't do options trading. I did a call on Visa, and I actually got lucky with Visa. I'm not really sure why I sold that call, but I really thought that 3M would kind of spike back up after that huge drop, and I was wrong. So it's funny because it did spike back up, but by then I already had sold off that options contract. I'm not really a fan of options. Like I said, I had some money sitting there, and you start playing around, you start getting clever with your portfolio. And this is the reason why I do not recommend you even looking at your portfolio during the day, because that was almost a $30 drop. So my portfolio would be up $30 had I not done that options trade. I have been doing options trading, and I have been getting some success out of it. So, you look at Visa right here. There was a call option that I bought for $665, and it was sold for $705. So, I made some money. I made some money off that, and then I did the 3M call option and lost money. So, I'm not a big fan of these options. Options trading. I'm not in the market to make a quick buck, but I had some money laying around, and I put it in a portfolio, and I said, well, let's give it a shot, and I did. And unfortunately, I lost $30, and it looks like I gained maybe $65. So, all in all, I gained some money. Nothing too clever here. It's not something that I'm going to continuously do over and over again. Like I said, I just had some money sitting around, and I wanted to just sort of put that money to work. But here's my portfolio, guys. I just want to talk about the essential holdings of this portfolio. No options, just straight up buy and holding, and just leaving it alone and letting it do its thing. And as you can see here, up $91. Apple's been spiking up pretty nicely here, up $227. It had a really nice day. They have just announced the recent additions of these next iPhones that's going to be added into the family, and they do look pretty nice. I think I saw the iPhone 7 price got knocked down to about almost close to about $400. So I have actually still I'm actually doing this video on an iPhone S. So I have not upgraded my phone for years and years to come, and I think now is a good time to upgrade because I'm still on a 5S, which is really just insane. I've had this phone for about I would say 4 to 5 years. It's been a while since I've changed this, but you guys can see my total return up almost $350. That's not bad at all. That's actually quite significantly good as far as total returns. Nextera Energy, it's doing this thing. I don't have to say much about them. They do a lot of work on the East Coast. I like their solar panel revolution that they are trying to encourage the entire United States to switch that solar panel energy, and I just think that that's the way that we're going to start. I think that's just the future in general. I think that we are going to start, taking energy from the sun. All these factories, these deadly factories that blow out smoke into the atmosphere and causing this greenhouse effect that is really on the minds of every scientist that every important scientist in the world. The icicles in the north are melting, and it's going to cause the oceans to rise due to this greenhouse effect. So we need to start taking, energy from the sun, and we need to start getting clever about our, fossil fuels and this and that. And, it's just, I just think Nextera Energy is going to be one of the leading companies to do that. So I'm up total return $48, and today's return was really not bad. It's a great stock, and it pays a very competitive dividend. It's a really good stock to hold in my portfolio. It's one of the best energy stocks, not energy stocks, utilities. It's one of the best utility stocks on the market, them and Southern Company. Johnson & Johnson healthcare stock, I'm really up on them, $194. This is getting close to becoming one of the better percentage returns in my portfolio. I'm in at a very respectable average cost, and I get the dividend along with it, a safe and reliable dividend that I can always depend on as long as I hold on to these shares, and I'm getting some great capital appreciation out of that. It's really the Amazon of healthcare. I said it before, just a fantastic stock and a fantastic place to keep your money. Procter & Gamble, don't need to say much about them. Consumer staples, been paying their dividends out for as long as I can remember. Had a good day. So the only really significant thing that I did with my portfolio is I added to my Costco shares. I've been noticing that Costco has been sort of trending back here. This may not be a good time to add on Costco because I think it's. I've said in the recent videos, I think that this stock is quite overvalued, but you can't ignore their growth right now. They're still growing at a rapid rate, and it seems like the Amazon scare that happened a year ago, it completely shook that off when the stock fell all the way down to $150. So yeah, I understand I got in late, but it's a grower. It's a grower that I trust. It's a place that I shop at. And, most of the stocks in my portfolio are things that I use and I have complete trust in, and it pays a pretty good dividend that will continue to keep this portfolio moving on the right track. And really, this should be a short video, guys. I haven't really been doing anything. I've kept all my positions in order. Like I said, I have been doing some options trading, but I got lucky with it one time, and I didn't get lucky with it another time. So it's not something that I practice every day. It was just I had some money laying around, and I always enjoyed keeping this portfolio in the right track as far as getting to that $20,000 range. That's the goal for the rest of the year, is to get this portfolio to $20,000. And I wanted to continuously keep pushing for that goal. Now I know it's unrealistic for the stock market to continue to keep going up like this, and that's why I'm into all of these high dividend paying stocks, and stocks that have very good futuristic prospects and solid fundamentals. And you look at a stock like Starbucks. Even though Starbucks was down today, I am in at a very friendly average cost, and my total return it's another one of those stocks where my total return is over $100. So it's a good stock that is continuously increasing the dividend, and it takes nothing to make coffee. Like I said in all the rest of my videos, it's very market efficient as far as that goes. Visa is continuously growing. Actually, like I said, I had the call option for Visa, and I really should have kept that call option, because I think that call option did not expire until 2019. So I would really be up on Visa now. I think I bought that option when it was around $144. So I continue to hold my shares, and I'm still getting paid. So up 7%. You can't. I won't argue with that. I could have been up more, but hey, it happens. So yeah, guys. I mean, this is there's been no changes. A stock like Shell and energy stocks are starting to go back up, but I don't expect Shell to completely just go insane and go to like $80 or something like that. This stock was just bought to place some money into an energy stock that fulfilled a weakness for my portfolio. Like I said, I had no energy stocks, and I like to be diversified. So with this diversification comes a nice energy stock, a blue chip energy stock that pays a pretty fat dividend. And right now, I guess the analysis ratings show that this is a buy at its current price. I got in at $65, around that 64 low mark, and the total return is up $24. So, I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I can sell off here and just, take the $24. I don't have to wait for the dividend. And this is the advantages of buying low and selling high, because if you sell high, you don't have to wait on the dividend. I don't have to wait on the dividend at all. I can take the $24 and, move that money to something that's more profitable. And I guess that's really it. There's really not. I wish I had much to say, but I haven't really been doing anything. I've just the options risk, and really just adding to my Costco shares. We look at a stock like Verizon that I continue to hold because of 5G and a total return of $15, a fat dividend. It's solid. I like Verizon a lot. So I don't know, guys. That's going to do it. And Microsoft did pay a dividend today. So again, these dividends are starting to stack up. You saw 3M's dividend. You saw, I think I get a dividend from Next Era. Just want to check and see if that's true. I do believe that I do get a dividend from them. So yes, I do. $11 dividend. That's great. I think there's another dividend coming up. I'm not really sure what stock it is, but it's just awesome to see these dividends kicking in and keeping this portfolio on the right track. So that's going to do it, guys, and I'll see you next time.